in the emotional and mental world. Sorry, that just decided it would cut out on me. Yeah, so we need, if you were to think of your brain, your hardware, okay, your brain, your body, it's one whole tool, okay? We have 11 systems in our body, the reproductive, the limbic, we have 11, and every single one of them is affected by our emotions, by our brain. It is all the one being, and we need to understand that we need female tools. We need female software to download, to repair and replace and do all of those things that have to be done to keep us moving forward in a way. Now, if we are trying to download, okay, Samsung stuff onto an iPhone, I can't remember which hand I had as one, then they're incompatible. Okay, they just don't go. Now, some of the male tools out there as far as personal development and emotional and mental health, now they do have an impact. They do work, but a lot of them work for a limited time or not quite deep enough. And this is because, you are downloading the wrong software onto your hardware, okay? It's not completely compatible. Okay, now if you were thinking of a female being, okay, as a piece of hardware, as a computer, okay, your brain, your body, you've got a what do you call it, a brand new design, okay, an original design computer, it is there, okay, and you have a computer, and let's go for a metaphor. You have a computer, you bought it when you were, your parents gave it to you when you were born, and it sits there, it's in the main room of the house. Absolutely every single person who comes into your life, your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriends, your teachers, everybody comes on and they play on your computer and they leave an imprint. Okay, they've either, downloaded information, some of them might have been looking at, booking accommodation, some might have even been looking at porn, who knows, okay? Some have left that, they've downloaded stuff and there's glitches and there's viruses and, when you get to 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, you have this hardware that has been affected by absolutely every single person that has come into your life and somehow left an imprint on your computer, on your hardware. Okay, now some of it would be absolutely amazing, okay, fantastic, but a lot could be, every time someone said, God, you're fat, or you're ugly, or you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you can't achieve this, when are you going to become successful? All of these things are glitches in your hardware, okay, and you have, fear of being successful, fear of being judged, and all of these things that are there, and they sit on your hardware. They sit in your brain. They're stored, okay? They are there. And the more that you say them, the more that you replay them, the more that you download that stuff, the more it gets ingrained and set on your hardware. So I guess the thing that I want to get to is you need a female specific tool to go in there and give you a computer reset. Okay, what if you could press, and you can do it on a computer, you reset, okay? It takes it back to factory settings, okay? It takes it back to that original design, okay? It takes it back to where you can start fresh by downloading all of those positive programs, but you no longer have any of the glitches or the viruses that may have been put there throughout your lifetime. Now, what if, I don't know why that's gone fuzzy, what if you could do that? What if you could do a factory reset? Okay, now the only way this is possible for females is to have a female tool, to understand that we are different. Okay, our hormones, our brain, our retinas, everything about us is different. Okay, it doesn't mean we can't do the same things. It doesn't mean we want to do the same things. And when I say, you know, we need a female specific tool, it doesn't mean that I don't think men want to help us. Like I said, they cannot fathom what they cannot fathom. You know, it's like telling them, what would it feel like to walk on the moon? They can imagine it, but they cannot actually experience it, feel it, unless they go to the moon. You know, can they imagine what it's like to give birth to a child? Okay, I can't imagine that because I haven't done it. I can imagine it, but I cannot feel it. Okay, I cannot actually feel that. And it's the same, you know, when someone who has had back pain, okay, there are all varying levels of back pain, okay. Some, you know, I just need a chiropractor once every 12 months. Some, you know, I just deal with it and it's not an issue. Some, it is so chronic they can't get out of bed. Okay, it is debilitating. And that is the same with depression or anxiety, emotional health. We have varying degrees of what that feels like. And people, if they haven't experienced it, cannot fathom what that feels like. And that's, you know, for another video to go into that. But what I want to make clear is that to heal, to get back to factory resettings, to create a better world for us, for our kids, for the grandkids, is to understand the differences, okay? When you're in a room full of men and they are concentrating on one thing and you're worried about the kids at home, and all of a sudden your mind floats away for a moment and then, you know, everyone's looking at you as if there's something wrong with you and you beat yourself up because you think there's something wrong with you. Well, it's not. It's normal. It is how our brain functions. Okay, I could give 1,000 examples of how, as women, we beat ourselves up because we're not understanding how our bodies, how our hormones, how our emotions, how our brains work. Okay, our emotions are so totally different. Not just the 8 times more crying hormone. Okay, we have serotonin. They have, you know, testosterone, and there's so many different, okay, they have a few, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, but we have a specific job. Okay, that's why we have these hormones, and they do make a difference to absolutely everything in our life, to the way that we think, to the way that we act, to the way that we process information, to the way that we cry, to the way that we, you know, when you're sitting there and, you know, your hubby's looking at the TV and he's totally, you know, tuned out and you're wondering why he's just sitting there. He's just in a nothing box. He's calm. You know, when you say, why won't you talk to me? I want you to talk to me. I want you to tell me what's going on. And he just says nothing. He doesn't want to talk about things like we want to talk about things. He doesn't want to. And there may not be anything wrong, but we don't understand that because we have always got something going on. He might just be sitting in his nothing box, doing nothing. He's in peripheral. He's in calm. And he's quite happy sitting there. And you just think that there's something wrong because he's gone so quiet and he's been quiet for hours. And oh my God, is it me? What's going on? Doesn't he love me anymore? We are all about us too, you know. And it's always internal. We're always worried about what's going on. So I will leave it there. It's been a very long video. I really, really do think it's important to understand the differences between the male and the female brain, our hardware, our bodies, okay? We stand up and we say there's a difference and we want a difference. We can fight to get medications tested on females. We can teach our daughters that they have hormones from this age, okay? There is not something wrong with them. It's okay when they feel emotional. It's okay when they cry and boys don't cry, okay? That's different. They're different, okay? And the more that we teach and the more they understand, and even at such a young age, they grow up living a completely different way because they have the information that they need to think that they're normal, not crazy. Okay, and for boys to know, okay, this is what the female does. This is how we feel. This is, you know, we're fluctuating all the time. We're going to be sad. We're going to be crazy. We're going to be, you know, talking you know, all the time. And we want to talk and, you know, we understand each other. It makes for a better world. It makes for better relationships, can take some of the bullying out of things, you know, and you can protect yourself and say, you know what, there is nothing wrong with me when someone picks on you. And if you know that, then you can ignore what other people say and you feel okay. So that is my journey. That is what I want to do. I want to help people understand and feel better about themselves because they understand what's going on, and to find better tools, ones that are actually going to suit. They're going to work with their hardware, okay? They're going to be downloading the right programming instead of the wrong program that then makes us feel like shit because it didn't work. There's something wrong with us. It worked for them. Why didn't it work for me? Okay? So if you would like more information, then please get in touch with me, restorebalanceandharmony.com, or my Facebook page at Restore Balance and Harmony. And I look forward to creating change with women everywhere.